Welcome back to part 2 of what we've done in our new build since our last video, which was a year ago. So if you've just stumbled across this video and haven't watched part 1, I will link part 1 down below. But for context, we posted a video last year, around about this time last year, of what our house looked like, and it was when we just got the keys. The flooring was not in, it was a very empty blank canvas. So I thought we'd come back 1 year later and show you what we've done so far. Part 1 was all the downstairs transformations and kind of just saying it with furniture in. There's one thing I kind of did find that when we had reserved this house back in 2023 in December, there were a few house accounts out there that had a similar house type to ours, but not lots. So I'm hoping, if anything, this video is useful for those that are buying a house like this or they've got one. So let's get cracking in part 2 of this video, which is going to be what we've done upstairs. Area is still pretty much a blank canvas. We've added a blind, a little decorative vase there, and we have changed the light fixture to match the one in the hallway. What we've gone for in here is a beige weave carpet which runs on the landing and down the stairs. Is our cupboard where our boiler is. A really deep room for storage, and that's kind of what drew us to this house type, because it's got this cupboard, the bulkhead cupboard, and a one downstairs, and that extra storage is really useful. And then the dressing room, we have used the smallest room in this house to become our dressing room and sort of where we keep all of our clothes and shoes and things like that. So we've got our Pax wardrobes that go along the back wall with handles from B&Q, and then as you open we've got the centre light on there, and then I've got storage drawers on this side, and then a long hanging space with a shoe pull out on this side. Cameron's got the drawers on this side, and then a pull out trouser rail on that side. And then above we've just got some storage boxes which have seasonal shoes and things that we don't necessarily need day to day. This runner is from Dunelm and is actually the same range as the one in the living room. This is in the beige rather than the green. And then we've got some linen type sheer curtains. These are from Dunelm, and they kind of just dress the window nicely. The colour in here is Dulux Summer Linen, and it is just a nice cosy neutral that goes nice with the wardrobes. Got drawers down here, but we just swapped out the handles so it matched the wardrobe handles, and I've got my day-to-day sort of hair and makeup bits down there. And then we've got our mirror, which is from William Wood, and then we've added some strip lights around the back. Was going to go for a dressing table, but I wear glasses, and when I take them off I can't really see anything, so I thought I need to be kind of as close to the mirror as possible. So yeah, I kind of with that, and it actually works really well for us. So that is the dressing room. Room 2, and I think I mentioned in the first video that we weren't entirely sure what we wanted to do with it, and it's probably a project that we'll leave until maybe towards the end of the list. It's not really high on a priority to get done like ASAP. I did think about putting like an IKEA style day bed in here, because we didn't necessarily want like a static bed in here because it's not really going to get used, and I just thought it would be a bit of a waste to have a static bed in here, you know, for if anyone stays over or anything like that. We did think an IKEA day bed or something like that would work instead. So as you can probably tell, it's where I keep my winter coat. Bits of Christmas stuff down here that still needs to get organised. So that is pretty much this room. It is really useful though, because it means there's space where I can close the air out, and a good space and a good sized room, and it is something that we do need to kind of get ideas and think of what we want to do in this room and how we want to decorate it, but it's kind of not really high up on our list of priorities at the minute. But yeah, so that is bedroom 2. So moving on to the main bathroom. So in here we colour drenched the room in Johnstone's Ivory Spray, and that worked really well with the tiles that we've picked for in here. So these are the Riverstone white tiles from CTD, and we've got those going around the bath. And then we sourced the same range but in the floor tiles, and did that after we moved in. So they are from the same range, just we did the floor tiles and the builder did the ones around the bath and the splashback. We wanted to go for a calming spa-like vibe in here. Little stool from the range, wooden towel rail up there, which ties in nicely with our bath rack. We then added under-sink storage, and this unit is from Denelm, but again we just swapped out the handle so it was more in keeping with the vibe that we were going for in here. It's far from finished. We still need to add things to this wall and get it up to where we want it, but for now it works and it is a nice space to unwind and relax after a busy day. So that is the main bathroom. So this is our main bedroom, and when this video goes live, this is actually one of the most recent projects that we've done. I'll pop some clips in so you can see what it looked like before, but we've added some tongue and groove paneling to the back wall and painted it in green 05 from Lick Paints. We've added the shelf along the top with the strip light, and then wallpapered above in a green floral wallpaper from Laura Ashley, which we sourced from Wallpapers Direct. The styling on the shelf will change. We've bought some bits from TK Maxx and little antique centres, and yeah, so that's a work in progress, but that's just what it's looking like for now. And then our mirror on this wall is from the range. We did initially have this mirror in the bathroom, but we found a nicer one that matched the vibe that we're going to go for in the bathroom, also from the range. And then our bedroom furniture, so our drawers and our bedside tables are from Denelm. They've got these brass hardware on there which matches our bed very well. Our throw here, we do have one that matches the green a lot better, but this one's actually heated throw, so I'm still using that because we are still in winter, so that is very much still needed. Our chandelier here is from B&Q, and that was actually one of the first things to be put up in this room, just to make it a little bit more homely. But yeah, so that's how our main bedroom is looking so far. We've painted the rest of the walls in the same colour as the bathroom, so John Stone's Ivory Spray. We just had a lot of that left over and it actually worked really well with the green, so we used it because it was cheaper than buying a whole new tub of paint. We've gone for similar curtains as we have in the dressing room, so again they're like a sheer linen type curtain. These ones are from M&S, whereas the other ones were from Denelm. But yeah, so that finishes off the room. Then on to our ensuite. So in our ensuite we carried on the colours of the bedroom, so our alcove is painted in the same green as this, and then the rest of the walls are in the Ivory Spray. So as you can see, I've gone for the alcove as the feature in the same colour as the panelling, and then the rest of the walls are just in that Ivory Spray. The tiles that we went for in here are the Calacata Gloss from CTD, and they are in our shower area, the splashback and the shelf on there as well. We sourced ourselves from Tops Tiles, and we did those once we moved in. And we always knew that we were going to go for a green theme in here, so I'm not sure how well this is picking up on camera. It's a bit similar to our kitchen downstairs, that it never shows green. They're a green, and it works really well with the colour choices that we've gone for in this room and also from our bedroom. That's what our bedroom is looking like so far. Again, there's a few like minor things to be done, so like styling and things like that, but we're happy with how it's turned out, and honestly it's probably one of our favourite rooms aside from our kitchen. We've also gone for more of a soft, cosy, fluffy carpet in this bedroom and bedroom 2, just because it creates more of a cosy feel than what the one on the landing and down the stairs does. So that pretty much wraps up part 2 of looking back 1 year later on the video that I first posted and seeing where we are from when this house was an empty white concrete shell, essentially. As you can see, there are still a lot more things to be done, but that will come with time because life and things get in the way. I hope it's given you a little bit of an insight into what we've been doing over the past year, and if you aren't already, make sure you are following us over on the other channels, and I'll link part 1 in the description box below as well if you haven't already seen that.